Um, Good morning, good evening, depending on which time zone you are watching us from. Welcome into Great Chair Podcast. As usual, this is a podcast where we talk about books. Today we have a special guest. I think it will be the first time that we have invited the author of the book. Normally, we were talking about books and what they are about, but this is the first time that we have a guest with us today on this podcast episode. So, without taking so much of your curiosity away, let me give the floor to our guest.
So my name is Alice Ndikumana. I'm from Burundi. I was born in Makamba, which is in the south of Burundi. It's a small village. Then I was raised in Bujumbura. Yes, and I'm a writer of the journey of a young African woman, Black African woman following Christ.
So, but are you flying in from Burundi today?
No, I've spent 2 years right now in Canada, and yes, that's why I wrote this book.
So when you wrote this book, you wrote it in Canada?
I wrote it in Canada.
Why you were in Canada?
It only took me 1 month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Quick, right?
I had a lot of things. There was a lot of stirring up. There was many things coming in, and I just started to write. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So, what is your book about, in a few?
So my book is about the journey, the perception, the perception of the worldview of a young African woman following Christ. This is it's a book that talks about relationships, talks about from a Black African woman. It's a book talking about Pan-Africanism as a Black person. It's a talk about passion as a young person who's trying to find their ways out. It's about Christianism because I'm a Christian. And so, yes, it's a very interesting book for not only young people or women or Black African, anyone can actually buy it. But those specific group of people would I believe, I wrote it believing that it's gonna make them, they're gonna make sense out of their head of something that they were struggling. Because I believe there has been for so many years we've only heard one voice, and that is that of a patriarchy, white patriarchy. We only hear their ways of doing things. They tell you, you know what, even in the Bible, they tell you, you know, you have to be submissive. So as a woman, you're like, what do you exactly mean when you tell me that he's supposed to love me and then I become submissive? It's a bit contradictory. So we wrestle with all those questions. We are talking. We think about it. We think about how do you see, like, how do you do make relationships work when you are a woman, you know, or not only relationships, or if you are at work, how do you lead? Do you lead like a man, or you can lead like a woman? And so, so it's those voices that we are not being that we don't hear about. That's what I tried to put in the book, so that we can hear from someone else.
So in the book, you describe the power of owning your story. So what does that mean to you today?
Yeah, owning my story means like embracing the full of it. The ugly, the dirty, the not so perfect, not so good, but embracing the good as well, but embracing everything and understanding the reason why it actually happened. And and forgiving yourself and then understanding and share it. Not only you can own it. I think it's very important that we actually own our stories, because I feel like even for Africans, like the Muzungus are the ones who tells us, okay, so these people were here. They tell us our story, and somehow it's wrong, because we need to tell our own stories. Once you embrace your story, you can go back and think about it, and think with with your group of people, with the community, telling, like, getting to know exactly, like, the community, like the voices of the community, the whole of the community. Yeah. One thing that I do, one thing that I thank God for my parents, and concerning Africans again. So, like you said, so I was raised in Bujumbura.
Yes.
Mtoto wa BJ.
Mtoto wa BJ.
But But then I was born in the small village.
Okay.
And my mom would always once a month, we would always go to visit my grandmother. And that made me it didn't make me a different. It's reconciled me, because I would go to our country, and then I would meet my cousins, my aunties, and I would love them, and so there's a gap between Abatauner and Tureg. There's this big gap that is there.
And the people who live in the cities,
exactly,
and the people who live in the villages.
So that's made me reconcile the two things: me living in Buja and
the city. How did the two lives, like the village life and the village of the city, influence your spirituality?
So what made me, like, I believe, growing up in Burundi, it was in Bujumbura, we would think, okay.
Do you get more churches in Bujumbura, or do you get more churches in the village, or more church time? Were you praying, let's say, more when you were in the village, or you praying more when you were in the city?
No, I remember I had in the village, when you go up country, there was a small church at home. So my mom, she told me, because we would go there to check it out, but of course we would be like, there are only like 30 people, nothing more. And then in Bujumbura, so no, I was saying, my mom used to tell me that when she was young, she wouldn't go to church because she wouldn't believe in everything. Well, she would believe in God, but when she was young, it was still new and all that. And then she now that she got saved, she knows she knows the songs. Like when you're singing, she tells me, "Oh, I know this song." I'm like, "What do you mean you know this song? Where did you learn it from?" And she told me, because of that church near my house, I would sweep, and then I would hear the songs while just sweeping and So there were churches. Were there churches over there? No, there are no churches, interesting enough. But in Burundi, in Bujumbura, there were 80% are Catholic, and 10%, at least from the time that I got to know it, 10% are Protestant, and then the other 10% there's Muslims. So
So in your book, you mentioned about upbringing in Catholicism and later transitioning into Anglicanism. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. So in Catholic, so my dad was a Catholic, and every Sunday he would take us to church. But before that, my babysitter, my nanny, she used to wake me up by 6. And then we would go to Catholic.
The Catholic.
Yes. For choir practices.
Oh.
I would only go there.
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning.
How old
on Saturday.
were you at this time?
I was like 6.
6? Wow.
5.
Wow.
7. Yeah. That's so that I would hear the songs and all that. I'm like, hey, okay. And so in a Catholic church, what touched me was it was like a God. They made me aware of a God. A supreme God.
The supreme
I remember when I went for communion, that party, and so when we were reading about it, studying about having a communion party, I guess, I felt the communion. I told the priest, because I went to confess my sins. When I told the priest that, hey, you know what? I actually killed an ant.
Oh.
So there's this. It really made me aware of a God that is there to punish you.
Oh,
so you grow up thinking like, yeah, hey, God, hey.
I did something very wrong. God is going to punish me.
Exactly.
That is very interesting to understand from the perspective of a child. So you stepped on. Did you kill it? Like a maniac, like a lunatic, like a psychopath, or it was just by accident? So that we know. We need to know. Are we dealing with a then psychopath, or it was by accident?
It was by accident.
It was by accident. No. You are born again. There's no judging. Even Paul, was it Paul? Paul in the Bible, the Apostle Paul. At one point, he was a soldier killing and persecuting Christians, right?
Yeah.
And before he met Christ on way to where? Okay. So Damascus. There is no judgment in a community. That's what I like about Christianism. So there is no one who is so forsaken that they cannot be saved. So that's a very touching story for the many young kids. I think it talks to many people who were children at the time and they get to grow up in a Christian household, that every little thing mattered and it helped in shaping their identity of being good. I think that there is someone who's watching who may punish you if you do wrong. But let me just go back a little bit in your secular life. You mentioned about studying in different cities. Nairobi, you went to study also in South Africa, Cape Town, and Malaysia. How will this exposure to these cities affect you, your identity? Do you feel what, for example, did the Kenyan teach you? The South Africans or the Malaysians?
Yes. At first of all, I started with Burundi.
Yes.
International School of Burundi.
Yeah.
And it was we were living just in front of the school. Whenever the ring would ring, the bell would ring.
From the school.
Would go to school, would run. Would be like, hey, it says wrong. Let's go, let's run.
And you still make it at the time.
Yes.
Wow, that was near the school.
It was very near the school.
Yeah.
And international school was more of there was it was like I would go read. It was give me back my notes. The teacher would say, give me back my notes, literally.
Yes.
He'll say, I want you to give back my notes. Whatever I have written,
yes.
tell me that in your exam, tell me that. So they would, we weren't allowed to think outside the box.
Yes.
It was more of just
memorizing. And give me everything as
Then I went to Kenya. And it was completely different. People, they were very loud spoken.
Okay.
Well spoken. And everyone would be talking about anything. I remember something called theory of knowledge.
Theory of knowledge.
Yeah, TOK. And it was like a course. And whenever I would go there, I would be so intimidated because I would hear everyone talking, what they think about these kind of topics and all. But me, I would be like, what are you talking about? First of all, I was struggling with English, but and so yeah, so it was quite challenging. But I really loved it. If up to now, I still remember the economics notes. I can, when I see something, I can be like, we studied this. I can still remember that in international school, I have no idea what we studied. I still don't know anything. But then I went to Malaysia. I had the time of thinking, but Malaysia was more of it was one of the best schools, Monash University, and I went there I was very focused. I was like, I want to study, but then I reached there. I was doing economics as well, and when I listened to what they were saying, I said, "There's a difference." I mean, I would hear about the supply and the demand and all that, but I'd be like, this doesn't apply to Africa. To me personally, like there was just this disconnection between what I would hear the lecturers saying and me. Like so, it was quite. I felt like, and then I would go to church. And then I would come back and I'll be like, but these people, it doesn't make sense with me. My Bible, like for example, scarcity. The Bible would say there is enough for everyone. But then at school, they will tell you that there's scarcity. There's some is for some, there are resources for some, but then the other resources are for, there are no other resources for others.
So basically it's like, but that's interesting, like combination of like religion, religion that teaches us that there is enough for everyone, God provides for everyone. And now you are caught up with Malaysian, which sounds a little bit colonial, that it's only few for some, and there's this scarcity. So how did this influence you, like in shaping your adult decision making and who you are as an adult?
Well, as an adult, it shapes you. Like you either choose to take. We can play around. I remember in South Africa. I hadn't told you about. I hadn't told.
It's okay.
In South Africa, I learned. So in South Africa, I was doing theology, and it was more enlightening because it was they were talking about the Bible, which I used to read a lot. So whenever the lecture would be there, it's not like studying mathematics, because when I was studying mathematics, I wouldn't relate to my world. I'll be like 1 + 1 2. Okay, let me memorize that.
Yeah.
But then with South Africa, it was engaging, and it was talking about you. I remember doing some Erikson theory, stages of life in psychology. I had to write all the stages of my life, and when I started thinking about it, it would outgrow me. Like it would be it would be big, bigger than what I thought. That's actually when I went through depression. Because depression, I like to say that depression is like deep pressure.
Yeah.
Deep pressure pressed, like deep pressed. You are very, the pressure is a lot. It's too big for you, for you. And for me to actually got to know the depression.
Did you understand the concept of it at the time, or it was just things that you were feeling? And
so yeah, I got to understand that now. Now when I think about it, I'm like, that's what was happening to me.
Yeah.
And so yeah, there are so many things that happen to us, which has so much. Like for example, for me, it was relationship with my parents because they were not agreeing with me to study theology. So I was like, they're not with me. Relationships with my friends, school, because now they were talking about a God who is everywhere, and for me the only God that I knew was the Bible. So when somebody come and tell me that there are errors in the Bible, I'd be like, what do you mean the errors? So there's no more God? And it can really affect you mentally, because this is what you have built. Your whole life is built in that book. And then they just come and tell you, oh no, sorry. So that really felt. And then also school-wise, because I was going in schools, many schools, and not finishing. So that was, the failure would keep ticking. Failure here, Kenya failure, Malaysia failure, South Africa failure. So yeah, so everything just came into, so I got depressed.
I see. So you did economics in Kenya, theology in South Africa. Malaysia, you were doing what?
In Kenya, it was business administration.
Business administration.
Yeah.
And then Malaysia?
Economics. And then theology in South Africa.
Okay. But that's a good combination, So basically you are a Christian businesswoman. A hustler, Christian hustler. We need people who are knowledgeable, because there is this thing that many religions, I think by now you've heard of a saying, it will be harder for a rich to go in heaven
that's what they
than
say.
a poor person. And maybe not as your host to indulge on what you should be replying. For someone who studied business administration, economics, and someone who studied theology, what can you tell the Africans today in terms of that saying? Because so many churches still teach like that. What can you tell them?
So first of all, churches, there has to be some, so they call them revival. So I'm going to use that term as well. There should be a revival where they open their eyes, where we open our eyes. I don't know if we need people to study theology, because the problem is, because I was in South Africa, the black South Africans would have their comments that the white South Africans wouldn't have.
Yeah.
So even if, because to tell people to go and study theology, some of them keep that fence, like a wall. They don't want to accept it. Like if you tell someone, an African, that the Bible is wrong, they're really gonna switch off, and it's going to be. And then they're like, they used to say, these black people, these white people, they are telling us lies, so they wouldn't embrace. But I think it's really important to actually go deep. However you're going to look like, I know, like when as a Christian, for many Christians, church is going to church is like, it's like their community. Everything is around that, literally. Me, for example, I remember when I was a Christian, I changed friends, communities, everything, even the things that I would wear, earrings, I stopped. And also, imagine that Gutki Kurura, whenever I go to Gutki Kurura, they would tell you that don't listen to those music, the cultural music, which is weird.
Love romantic music stuff.
Oh, there are many cultural scene in it.
Yes.
And then, so whenever I go to
culture-wise,
like
flirting culture-wise.
Yeah, they wouldn't understand it. They would say, they talk about weird things.
Yeah.
So intimacy, whatever, So yeah, so it's like you change everything. But then the point is not, because if the Bible says that we are the light of the world, so the point is not making friends, or choosing, or just going to have some group of friends and then having a irigara. I don't know if you call it irigara here also.
No? Here, I don't know. Irigara here means something else. In Burundian.
Irigara means what?
Where people go to smoke weed.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So irigara, it's not like irigara. It's actually changing, even in education.
Yes.
Bringing the economics.
Yes.
In economics.
Yes.
Finding a way of saying, see, like the person who said the scarcity and all that. So yeah, it's we really have to change our mindset and open and not differentiate Christianity here, home here, school here, no, and the Bible here. No, let's learn to actually connect everything. Everything is connected.
Yeah. So now you just when did you decide and I must write a book?
In Malaysia, I started writing. I would read books. Then I started writing, and then I started reading blogs, whatever. Then I said to myself, okay, so I can write blogs as well. And I started writing blogs. I started writing like devotional things. Good morning, devotional. Every day I would write a verse. And then I started writing. I started having some thoughts about it. Then I met, like I told you, I told you, I met Ornella Umubyeyi. So I was really interested. I was really impressed that a girl like me can write a book. And then I started writing. I met also another girl, Joya, who was writing it. So I got inspired by those ladies.
So in your book, you also talk about Pan-Africanism and faith. So how the two? Where do the two meet? Faith or Christian faith? Because there is this also. It's true that at one point during colonialism, Christianism was used as a weapon to keep people submissive and everything, and to submit to the colonialists with the promise that they will go to heaven. So where does Pan-Africanism and Christian faith meet?
So Pan-Africanism, first of all, when I was in USIU in Kenya,
yes,
I went to one course.
Yes.
For international relations.
Yes.
At that time, I didn't know how to write because it was required. They would require us, the students, to actually read a lot, to write a lot, and all that. And at that time, I didn't know about it. So I only stayed in the course 2 weeks or 3 weeks, very few weeks. But I met one lecturer who said that you are not born. No, you are born in Africa. African blood is in you. It's not that you were born in Africa. And so it's not just because you are born in Africa, but it's in the blood. Then he talked about Kwame Nkrumah. He talked about it so interestingly, like it felt, I really felt like goosebumps when I was really listening to him very interestingly. Then he said, he talked about Pan-Africanism, about Kwame Nkrumah and all that. And I said, from that moment, I still remember exactly how that class was. And so from that moment, I thought about it and I'm like, you know what? Pan-Africanism is what we need as Africans. Because whether we like it or not, we've all been segregated, we've all been colonized, our stories are linked, intertwined. We have, everything is linked. And so we have to be open-minded to know our stories, the way we have fought against each other, the segregation that has happened, the colonialism, the civil wars, the genocide, everything that we've experienced. We have to come together and say, you know what, we are one, whether we like it or not. We are one. We are in this thing together, and we have to know our story and own it. Like the way I say, you have to own your story, love it, embrace it, forgive each other, move on, think for a better future for the next generations. This is the time. Yeah.
So next part is body positivity. Body positivity.
Okay.
So you also talk about it. So can you elaborate on it for the young people, especially who are dealing with such issues?
Yes. So body positive. So what happened when I was young? I used to have a best friend. She had long hair. So we would go to the salon and they'd be like, "Oh my God, you have this long hair. You're beautiful." And then they would look at me and be like, "You, you're on your way. Maybe you'd get there."
One day.
So yeah, so I grew up with those people, and then my sister as well. She was looking also pretty, and my mom used to tell me, "Alice, you, God didn't give you beauty, but you have brain. It's okay."
No, you're beautiful, but I don't know your sisters, but okay.
Thank you. But yes, I had to learn. I had to relearn because that's what kept me like. I would feel like ugly, but I would say, okay, my brain is working, so I would always work hard.
Okay.
I would put my efforts in trying to work hard, trying to have good notes. If I wasn't getting good notes, I would skip the class with the test so that it doesn't affect my results. So, yeah.
That was smart.
Yeah,
And you redo it when you're ready also?
Pardon?
And you redo the class when you are ready?
Yes. No, I would actually, they wouldn't even tell me that. I would go.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, so it took me some time to love myself. I had to love, when I started in Malaysia, when I was reading the Bible and all that, praying, reading the books, the many books. And so I learned that I had to love myself, then allow other people to love me. It's linked. Like when you start loving yourself, you meet there's a connection, there's a chemistry.
Yeah.
You attract who you are.
Yeah.
the universe actually can come around you just to meet what you are, what you are feeling. So yeah, so anyway, so yeah, that's how. So loving yourself, you meet some people who love you as well, and then you become a better person. Yeah, I guess love helps. Love in many
Learn
ways.
to love yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Here also we talk about addiction. Can you elaborate on such addictions and how you dealt with them?
So addiction, I wouldn't want to call it okay, it's an addiction, but saying other words, for me, it's an addiction of okay, people say it's pornography or what, but me, I call it because it's something very beautiful, the intimacy between a man and a woman. When you meet it, when you are young, you feel the beauty about it. And then instead of, because you don't know, so you don't know, you start.
That's you. It makes it like it's your reality, or
Pardon?
It looks real to you.
It looks real to you. And also it's like when you are growing up, there are things that the body, there are things that change a lot. I talk about here the day I got my periods.
Yes.
The shame that you get about it.
Yes.
So there's so many shames that you feel like when you're growing up because nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
And then you feel like if you say it out loud, everyone is gonna laugh at you, or it's just not. I remember even people who got abused, who would tell their parents, and their parents would say, "You are lying. This person did do it." You see, like it would be so.
Taboo.
It's a taboo thing.
Yeah.
They don't teach it in school.
Yeah.
No one, and that's how rape starts coming.
Yeah.
Because rape is like, we have seen, you've seen, even when you haven't watched TV, but just looking at the breast of a woman, there are things that happen to you, and then you start fantasizing, and then you don't know how to control yourself. You don't know. Nobody told you. Nothing. And so so that's why I don't like saying pornography, because before I used to talk about that as that, but for me it was more of those images that I watch in the movies,
films,
exactly, and then it would behave to the, keep coming to you and all that, until you get to know that, you know what, this is beautiful and it's only for two people. So that's how I and also another thing is because of that, I wasn't personally, like, I grew up with my brother and my sister, and how I acted with my brother is how I would see other boys. So my brother used to fight a lot.
You used to fight with other boys.
Pardon?
You used to fight other boys.
Yes. I'm telling you, like, it took me some time to actually say, Alice, stop it.
Okay.
But because the thing is, I would see another boy and I'm like, you have what I have. I can do. Like, I can do what you can do. There's no difference.
Yes.
So whenever someone would come and say, "Hey, Alice," I'm like, "What do you mean? Who do you think you are?" So I acted like that, and I ended up, even in relationships or friendships, I would lead, because I didn't know what a woman was supposed to be. Because I was like, you know what? How are you?
What's happening? So when you liked a boy, who will be the one to
Well, like, I would come with a friendship. I would put it in the friendship zone, because that's how I would understand. Like, I didn't know. So I'm like, I like you, man. You can be my friend. And
that's it. And sometimes it would basically, you friend zone so many potential We're partners without knowing.
Without knowing.
That they are into you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, as someone who wrote about faith, Christianism, there are these 10 commandments God gave to Moses, and Moses instilled on the Israelis, and so on and so forth until today. They are written in stone. How would you interpret such 10 commandments in the today's world?
So I wrote that one actually, the 10 Commandments. I wanted to give it to Pan-Africanism.
Okay.
It was more of, like
The Pan-African way.
the Pan-African way, exactly. Because we don't know. We're like, white people came. They came with the Bible. So how do we take the Bible now?
Yes.
How do we make it our own? Because it's about romance.
Yes.
You see, like in Rome, it's the Pope.
Yeah.
It's the Jews for the Old Testament.
Yes.
It's the Quran for the Muslims. And then we're like, where is our book? Or should we change? Should we have our own book?
Our own Bible.
Our own Bible? Or can we interpret the Bible as something that we turn it around for us?
Okay.
So the 10 Commandments for me, it's like, what does it mean to say that there is Sabbath?
Okay.
Is it like God is at hand? I mean, the kingdom of God is at hand, like the king, like Juru. So believing that heaven is actually on our side and all that, and then so believing that there is also paradise in Africa, because there's the only thing that we always see in the TV is Abacadabra.
Dead people.
Dead people, exactly.
Or
dead people.
Negative images and stuff.
Yes. Or we can think about. We can talk about a lot about. Don't cheat on your wife. What does it mean? Because what does it mean for Africans to talk about it? Because in Africa, again, there's HIV. There's those things that is those, I call it the demons of Africa. And actually, even my next book, if everything goes well, it should be called The Demons of Africa. So the things, the circumcision, how they are for women as well, the mutilation.
The mutilation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So think about another giving, like it's like a constitution. We have to have another constitution for us as Africans, and we have to believe. You see, like America, everything is around God. Like it's really around God. It's around the Bible. So we need to find something we can rely on.
An African way around with God. The Pan-African way. You just mentioned about your potential next book. What else can we expect from Alice Ndikumana in the near future or in the project? What are in the pipeline?
That book, the fiction, The Demons of Africa.
The Demons of Africa will be a fiction book.
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
So now is it a secret? You just moved from Canada to Rwanda, right? For the people who want to know, everybody else is like, I want to go to Canada. I want to go to Canada to try my luck in Canada. I heard there are many opportunities, but you just changed. Is it the Pan-African young woman you were talking about in your book, or and why choose Rwanda?
So
Not BJ,
so
not Kenya,
it's
South
really
Africa.
interesting.
Or
Let
Malaysia.
me tell you, when I came, when I was in Burundi, when I was growing up, I was sitting with my uncle. We were watching the news, and then they talked about Hutus and Tutsis. Then I said to myself, then I asked my uncle, Uncle, like, what's are we Hutus or Tutsis? Who are we? Because I see there are people there. Then he told me, ask your dad. I don't know about it. So I for so many years we would be in civil war. We used to listen to some musical gunshots every night. And my parents never told us anything about it. They would say Abasaya. And we would be like
Asaya, which is like
rebels.
Rebels. Okay.
Yeah. So it was always, even in school, we say, we said, you heard about those ones. And so you heard about the gunshots. We wouldn't see them, wouldn't even see anything. Then I came to Rwanda.
Yes.
Okay, so my aunt, the first day, she told me, let's go, let me show you our story. Then I saw the memorial, went to the memorial. I was very young, and I was like, oh my God, who are these ones? I was like, okay, so that's it. Then I saw that. Then when I went back, I realized, oh, our cook is a Hutu. Then I said, what do you mean? My pastor is a Hutu. I was like, what do you mean? The pastor that I love so much, and these ones, how come it's different? The cook, we see them, they cook for us. And now you're telling me that there's a war. I was really confused. So it's when I started growing up that I was like, yeah, because like I said, I would say that I've been protected from all those. So it was easy for me to forgive. But because another time, where forgiveness came in was when I was in Kenya. I was with my my cousins, and then they told me how the people now I knew who was
aggressing who
exactly who. And so they told me their story about their father whom they had treated badly. So I got anger. There was an anger within me. I started being so like distant about it. But then I remembered it was easy for me to forgive because of the foundation that I had gotten. So I was like, you know what? It's okay. As long as there's still life, as long as there's still okay, now I felt.
No, it's a heavy topic, and sometimes
it's very heavy.
Touches maybe old wounds and traumas. And it's okay. We can skip because I feel like it's okay. All right. So now, what can you tell the readers of this book?
Come and buy.
When should they expect it on the market, Rwandan market?
When you don't know.
The end of the month.
End of the month?
Yes.
Today is the end of the month?
I mean, July. Because this week it's a whole holiday in Rwanda. All right, so look for your social media handles are
Alice Inamucho.
Alice Inamucho.
Yes. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, look for Alice Namucho. Write to her about the book, only about the book you about the book and how you can find the book. She's an author. First book, right?
Yes.
First book. Let's support her book, and you can be ordering. Start pressing the order so that you will be the first to receive the first copies. Thank you very much, and hopefully sometimes end of the July or August, she will have a launch and invite all of us, right?
Yes.
All right. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alice Ndikumana, aka Alice Inamucho on social media.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mr.